Hello and welcome. This is Japan, and we have another tier list here today. This one's kind of a one that we've done ever so often, but it's who will beat the current male champions. I like to do it separate between the two because sometimes this could be a little bit longer. And yeah, there's just so many championships now from the main roster and also like NXT and all that. So there's a lot to talk about. But let's go in on this. This is right after the week after WrestleMania, so there's still a lot of stuff that is coming from it. So let's just try to figure out the best way we can. So first off, we have Jey Uso in the World Heavyweight Championship. I do believe his first kind of feud might be against Sami Zayn and almost like a "you're my friend, so I want to give you an opportunity" type of thing. But I feel like Jay probably doesn't make it through the two-night SummerSlam. I could be wrong about that. I do believe that have been building somebody up, and I think that we're going to see it more and more. But I do believe it's going to be Seth Rollins. I think Seth Rollins and this new faction and all that. This is the inevitable thing to do is to go after Jey Uso. I do believe Seth Rollins will have other stuff for the time being, but I think that is eventually where it's going to be. I think honorable mention could also be CM Punk. I don't think CM Punk's kind of in that area right now, but you never know. Next up is the WWE Championship, which is John Cena. He currently has a match at Backlash against Randy Orton. I think it's going to be a decent match, but I don't think it's going to be anything. I just remembered I didn't put Jacob over here. Um, but I believe this championship is held for a pretty long time, all the way up until the day he's about to retire. And I believe if somebody beats him and he doesn't retire with the championship, it's going to be Cody Rhodes. I think the whole point is to get Cody built back up and better than ever and beating John Cena to save wrestling and save everybody. If not, if he loses, then it still also would be an insanely crazy story. Next up is the IC Championship, which is currently held by Dominic Mysterio. There's a lot of people that could be put into this. I think Dom, if he even has the title for a long time, there's a lot of people that could, have a chance at it. I think the easiest person, or like the person I would think it's most likely, it would be Penta, but I feel like it might also be one of those situations where we won't know who it is because I think he'll hold it until after the draft and there'll be a new crop of people that he'll be able to feud with. Next up is the U.S. title, which is not Solo, Jacob Fatu. I was looking at Solo. That currently has a championship. And speaking of Solo, I do believe there's a good shot it will be Solo that takes the title off of him. Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, even like Damian Priest are all kind of hovering around that on top of just whoever else gets added to the SmackDown brand in the next coming months. I honestly think is kind of a harder one to think about. Braun Strowman's also there too, which I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a match at some point. I honestly think it's going to be Solo. I think Solo should get it as a face or him as a heel and Jacob Fatu as a face. I feel like they're building to this. This would be a really cool SummerSlam match. Also, yeah, I think this might be SummerSlam. This is going to be the end of the year. The IC title probably will be like Money in the Bank or something. US title, I think, might be SummerSlam, and then we'll get to the tag titles. The tag titles have not flipped on a like non-PLE, so I think it sometimes might be a little bit harder. Again, for the tag titles, I feel like there's so many good tag teams that anything could happen, but the debuting Axiom and Nathan Frazier seem to be the best bet here. I mean, it's just like they're so good. Like, why not do this? It would be such a good match too, and I think it would be an instant like almost 5-star classic if they add like if they do like another TLC match or something else with a bunch of other the tag teams. But with the tag teams being so like fluent on SmackDown, I could see somebody else getting it in the meantime. But I really do see Fraxium being the first one up now that they've been called up to the main roster. Next up, we have the New Day as the Raw champions. This one is a little bit harder because there's not really anybody else really looking at them. Like obviously the War Raiders will probably get a rematch at some point, and you obviously have like the Alpha Babes or Alpha Academy or whatever looking at them. I feel like this is also maybe another thing where there'll be like the draft, and then one of the SmackDown teams that have been doing really good will be drafted there. But I guess if I had to pick, I don't know. Like I was thinking maybe Austin Fury and and Waller, but even then, I think they've just been kind of relegated to like side stuff right now. Um, I think the only people that I really could see happening, and it's going to be almost like a cop out answer to a certain extent, is I believe it's going to be Seth Rollins' new group with Braun Breaker, and I think it'll be Braun Breaker and whatever other male that they bring into the group. I know it's kind of probably a little bit of a cop out because I have no clue who it is. If it's going to be like Carmelo Hayes or Trick Williams, there's a bunch of people. I have a whole video on it on this channel if you want to check it out. So there's a lot that could happen, but that's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment. And yeah, tell me what you guys think. I feel like a lot of these titles are going to be held for at least another month or two. I feel like we're going to get some movement this year. I think this year we're going to have some decent movement of trying to get some new stars created and showing like what we did last year, that a lot of the young guys that get called up will get a good start to their careers. But until next time, this has been Japan. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like these daily wrestling videos, there's always going to be stuff on this channel. Bye, guys.